We're midway through the Swans Gather Round road trip, working our way to Adelaide, and we're touching base in local communities that have had a grassroots impact on greats of the Swans. Today we're in Horsham to pay homage to some of the Swans heroes, Adam Goodes and Jake Lloyd. And first stop, we're paying a visit to the home of our dual Bob Skilton medalist, Jake Lloyd, to have a chat to his father, Tony. Pretty unbelievable setup you've got out here.
Yeah, no, it is. Thanks very much, mate. Yeah, it's just the thing we've built over the years for obviously the kids to come in, the 4 children we've got, and we've along with their mates or their good mates, and it's been a bit of a playground for a lot of the young Wimmera kids, sporting kids and other kids. Yeah, so it's been fantastic. Thank you.
When you look at the player Jake's become now, how much do you think of what he does today is born out of what happened out here?
I think his strengths and the way he goes about the game, and when it gets tough, he's got that head resilience where he can just push through harder things, harder times, and I just think it's a big thing in that way. It's all right to build your body strong, but you got to build your mind strong as well. And Jake's, along with the others, they're all very mind strong because they get put to a task here. It's not cruelty, it's just the way of doing things, the way we do it, normal, and yeah, it's a credit to them the way they have that head strength to push on. We used to do a lot of mountain runs out at Mount Rapley's, and he'd get up and you'd say 5 in the morning, yep, I'll be up for you, mate, just wake me up, and he'd come and he'd tap you on the shoulder and he'd be ready waiting for you. You'd have his mates you'd pick up along the way. He was just motivated. He wanted to either play basketball, which he was very good at, played a lot of basketball, national level, and with his mates, and loved his footy, just loved his footy, always loved his footy, but it was a two-way thing, and I said, you just work it out whichever way you want to go, mate, and we'll go that way. But the way he stuck at it, we're super proud of him.
Can you feel that sort of pride within the Horsham community of Jake being such an important part of footy here in Horsham?
It was great growing up down there, mate. The kids, they all got down in under 14s and the under 17s because of the basketball. They only probably played 3 or 4 games of footy a year with the way the basketball came into the footy. But yeah, they played in junior flags there with all their mates, and ended up going into the senior flags before he went to Sydney. So I think they won 4 senior flags down there at a young age. And yeah, no, it's a great club down there, and good facilities. It's just all the 3 boys, and my daughter, she was a netballer down there as well. But it's a strong little community, Horsham. It's very good for kids growing up, and it broadens them for when they go into the city and make bigger decisions. So it's been excellent time.
Fantastic to be here at the Horsham Footy Club, firstly. Thanks for having us. Lloydie, we love Lloydie at the Swans. You've known him since he was a young fella. What was your first impressions of him when you first ran into a young Jake Lloyd?
Young Jake, yeah, classy, right footer, but just a wonderful kick of the footy. All class, as I said. He was a smooth mover. Straight away at a young age, 2009 would have been his first premiership, but that year when he came into the team, he would have been 15, turning 16, and straight away he was just at the senior level, and there wasn't much of him, but he certainly didn't get in the road.
Well, he's now approaching top 5 most games played ever in the history of the Sydney Swans / South Melbourne Football Club. Did you ever think that he would have the sort of career that he's had and the longevity that he's had at the top level?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, that. I think you watch, seeing the kid when he was from a young age, watching his drive and watching, his determination was first class. So I think all he needed was a chance, and he got that chance. He was a rookie listed first up as an overage TAC Cup player, and then once he got the chance, he just knew he was going to make the most of it, and pretty much from his debut, ever since then, he's just kept going and going, and yeah, I mean the whole footy club, the whole town, in a small town like this, you ride the wave with those boys. You see the way, Jake, he'd always come back, he gives up his time, always. He's had younger brothers playing premierships at the club as well, in Bill and Matt, and his sister played netball here, so every time he was back when he was playing league footy, he always gave up his time. He's donated to auctions here, jumpers, time. He's just a ripping lad from a good family, and it shows, and we're super proud of him, always have been.
Bruce, what are your first memories of Goodsy as a junior?
Tall, thinnish, very athletic kid. A nicer kid you wouldn't meet. He was fantastic. The Horsham Footy Club loved him because not only did he play, but he ran the boundary, he was involved in anything you wanted him to do, Adam was up for it. Goodsy came to us as I just elaborated on. You know, he ran the boundary, he played junior footy. On one occasion, Adam had been dropped, a bit of poor form, so he came back to Horsham. He played at the City Oval. We just basically gave him a licence to do whatever he wanted to. If he wanted to run in the ruck, he could have a run on the wing or go to full forward. So that day, this is just before the North Ballarat were to play in the finals, and he'd been dropped, so it wasn't looking good. That day, he made a meal of, you know, everybody, and he took one of the best marks you'll ever see. He was standing on a bloke's head in the goal square, so I claim that I gave him the licence to regain his form, and then the rest is really just, you know, history. And he was just a good kid to boot. He came back on odd occasions when he could, and you know, he was always g'day and how you going and smiling. He was great to have around.
And following his 372 game career for the Swans and his 2 Brownlow medals and his 2 premierships in 2005 and 2012, what are some of the great moments of pride that you take away from being there to help with his development as a junior and watching him grow into a senior legend of AFL?
Well, you just take pride in knowing that you had a very minimal amount to help Adam get on the vehicle that he got on and become one of the absolute greats of all time. So, you just get joy out of watching him play. You know, some of the things he did were just, well, unbelievable. You just watch him play with great pride, you know, and I can still have pride in the fact that I had a little bit to actually do with it.
And what does it mean to Horsham to have legends like Adam Goods and Jake Lloyd, you know, come from the town and represent the place?
Well, it gives us something to actually bank on, you know, something that we can recruit with, something that we can, you know, hold with some sort of, you know, pride to say, well, you know, these guys have gone through. We've had Sebastian Rosses and we've had plenty of guys go through the club that have gone on to be really sensational AFL players, and Goodsy's right up there. So when you do recruit, you're able to say, look guys, if you've got, you know, if you want to know or what to do or how to do it, our club's as good as any, you know, you can get hold of.